You're not failing as a Christian man and not meeting your goals and not reaching your potential because you're lazy. It's because you're reactive. You trust your emotions more than you trust God and his word and who he says that you are. Jeremiah 17:9, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately sick. Who can know it? What do we call someone that says one thing and does the complete other thing? We call them liars. What are liars? They are deceitful people, just like our heart. So when we have those emotions that tell us to do certain things, to tell us to get angry, let emotions dictate our decisions, wake up late, bail on what we say we're going to do, all these things, the reason we actually listen to those things is because we don't actually trust God's word that says we are deceitful and untrustworthy. Believe when it says we are only evil continually, as it says in Genesis 6:5. Because if we really believe that about ourselves, just like you wouldn't trust a gang member that tells you to come down an alleyway with them because you know something is going to go wrong and it's not going to lead you to where you want to go, you wouldn't go down the alleyway. In the same sense with our thoughts and our emotions that are pulling at us to fall into our emotions, we wouldn't allow it to happen if we truly accepted God's word. You're trying to force yourself into discipline and force yourself into that role of being a Christian man that has purpose and is that person you want to be. And you can become that person, but you can't become that person by yourself. We were incapable of doing that. When we rely on our strength, it never works out. And I know that's so surface level, but the point is, this is why when we trust our emotions and our deceitful heart, we go 3 weeks on good and then fall back. 3 weeks good, fall back. And it's just this cycle up and down, never actually having, direction, never actually having consistency. But when we realize in 2 Timothy 1:7, it says, God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. And you start to see, okay, I'm going to steward these things in my life, not to earn something or to fit into this mold. I'm going to steward these things in my life because I'm living in God through Christ. I'm dead to that old self that produced all of that destruction and produced all of that lack of discipline. And I'm actually going to believe and align myself with the spirit that God has given me. And that's going to empower me in my life to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish. You can't keep responding to life because when you're responding to life, all you're doing is seeking after validation. So you're only doing things to fit a mold, to fill a void. And now you're insecure and now you're a slave to your emotions. So now every time you make a decision, you're going to be reactive. When you're reactive, all you're going to search for is constant reassurance. You're going to be an emotional wreck. So fear is going to dictate every single thing you do. And you're only going to move. You're only going to seek after things when things feel safe. And you have confirmation before you actually place faith and go after something wholeheartedly, knowing that even if you fail, it's okay. Why? Because your identity is standing with God and he's just going to redirect you. So when you see emotions don't have the final say, they're not the final authority, and God says, my thoughts are not your thoughts, you actually receive freedom and you actually receive power. Because now you can understand, even if I have a terrible day, even if I go after this goal and I fail tremendously, it's okay. I can be upset about it. I don't have to act like I'm not mad or I'm not angry, but I don't have to feel disencouraged. I don't have to run away from my problems. I can embrace my problems because if I don't get what I want, it must be God showing me that he has something better for me, and he's just using that situation for me to take it into something else that's going to impact and point other people to the gospel. When you start to think for the bigger picture and you align yourself with God and who he says you are before you go into life, before you go after that thing you want to go after, now when things go wrong, you're not going to be thrown off easily because you're standing in something that'll never change based off how well you do or how bad you do.